Hey everyone, welcome back to Dezola Designs. My name is Anne. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to crochet this fabulosity. This is the Gathered Spikes stitch top, and I made it with Lion brand Ferris wheel yarn. You guys are going to need 3 of these to make this top. Okay, so one note that I want to say at the beginning is this fabric, when you make the stitch, it stretches. Okay, so I'm going to get into a little bit of the pattern with you. Just the beginning chains, I chained 72, and you'll see it in the next scene exactly what you're supposed to do, but I chained 72, and I would say 72 stitches across. I can't find my pattern now. 72 stitches across would be in the large to extra large category. I would have definitely, going back, I would have definitely done a smaller stitch, 64 across. Okay, that's just my preference. It is really loose. I mean, I love it. Okay, it's a great thing to wear with leggings, but I'm just saying it does stretch out considerably after you've worn it. I've been wearing this for a couple days now, so just thought I'd share that with you at the very beginning of this. Please, please, please keep that in mind. You have to, your beginning chain should be a multiple of 8. Okay, so I explain everything in the next scene, but after wearing this for a couple of days, it does stretch out. Okay, so just please, please, please keep that in mind when you are designing your fabulosity. So on this top, I used Lion brand Ferris wheel yarn. You can use any 4-weight yarn. I used a 5.5 millimeter hook, but I do recommend using Ferris wheel yarn. It's so soft and it's so wonderful and it's so awesome to wear. You're also going to see me wearing my bracelets. If you guys like them, you can check out my Etsy shop. I'll link it up above, and I'll also have the link down below in the description box. And if you guys really, really like what I do, please, please, please consider subscribing. It's totally free. And if you really, really, really like what I do, please consider becoming a supporting member to my channel. Every little bit helps. You guys know I have a ton of yarn giveaways, and all of that money that I receive goes back into buying yarn for you guys and for fabulous giveaways and for fabulous projects and everything. So thank you so, so much for watching my video. Let's see what you're going to need. Again, you're going to need at least three Ferris wheel yarns, skeins of Ferris wheel yarn, maybe 4. I always buy extra, and then with the end, if I have a skein left over, I give it away, or I make like a pillow or a blanket or something. You're definitely going to need stitch markers, especially if you're kind of a newbie. I always recommend stitch markers. You're going to need a 5.5 millimeter hook and a yarn needle. And I believe that's it. So let's get going with the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please, please, please leave them below and I will answer them. Have a great time, everyone. And this is really, really super spectacular. Let's start the tutorial right now. Okay, everyone, we are going to begin. But before we begin, I want to have a note, okay? So I did break this down into roughly small, medium, large, and 2X patterns or foundation chains. But after we do your foundation chain, definitely, I always suggest get your favorite sweater, get your favorite top, the one that you like best and how it fits, and measure your chain against that top, sweater, whatever it may be. Because the small, medium, large, extra large, you guys, it's just a guide. It really doesn't mean that. It just goes by the inches and how you like your tops to feel on your body. Does that make sense? I used to work at Chico's. This is just a side note. And the Chico's sizing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I like that better than small, medium, large, extra large. So this is just a guide for you. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. What I am making mine on is based off of a 72 plus 2 foundation chain. So 72 stitches plus 2 would be 74. You want to have multiples of 8. And I broke them down for you. So a small would be 56, medium 64, large 72, extra large 80, and then 2X 88. Again, this is just a guide, okay? I want you to get out that favorite top of yours, your favorite sweater, the one that you love how it fits, okay? And then you make your chain, 56, 64, 72, 80, 88. I should do 88 plus 8, 88. I can't do math now, and that would be 96, okay? This is just a guide. However you like yours is how you like it to fit, okay? So when we're done making the chain, get that favorite top of yours and measure it against that top, okay? If you have to increase, increase. If you have to decrease, decrease. But the beginning chain has to be a multiple of 8, okay? So again, I broke it down 56, 64, 72, 80, 88, or 96. I am going to do, and for my sweater, this is what I am going to do. So I'm going to chain 72 plus an extra 2 for your foundation, okay? So we are going to start with that. I hope that makes sense. I really don't like saying sizes per se. It's just measurements, okay? And whatever measurement you like is whatever measurement you like. Some people like their tops to be form-fitting. Some people like their tops to be very loose and baggy. So me, I'm depending on the type of sweater, I'm all over the place. But you have that option, okay? This is your project. Make it your own. So I am going to start with the size I like, which would be, I would believe, considered a large. I'm going to start my foundation chain of 72. So 72 plus an extra 2 chains. So that's for a total of 74. Okay. So if you want, let me get my notes again. Sorry. If you want it to be, hold on one second. I'm so sorry. Small, 56 plus 2 is 58. That would be your starting chain. Medium, 64 plus 2 would be 66. That would be your starting chain. I'm doing the large, 72 plus 2 would be 74, starting chain. XL, 82 would be your starting chain. 2X, 90 would be your starting chain. And 3X, 98 would be your starting chain. Okay, so go ahead and do that according to whatever size you want. Okay, and remember when you're done chaining to measure it against one of your favorite tops or favorite sweaters. That's how I do mine. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Again, I'm going to be chaining 74, and I will meet you when I am done at the end of this chain. Okay, everyone, I forgot to tell you this. Please, please, please take detailed notes when you are doing your own patterns. You probably won't remember what you do. So please, 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 always, always, always take detailed notes and write everything down, everything that you do. I am also using stitch markers, as you can see. My work would be completely ruined if I did not have stitch markers. So if you have stitch markers, please, please, please use them. If you don't, go buy some. I will have the link to these down below in my description box. I love these. I got these off of Amazon. Okay, so I chained 74. This is what 74 looks like. If you have never made your own wearable, please, 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 whatever you chained, take it against your favorite article of clothing, sweater, top, whatever, and measure this against it, okay? It may be a little bit too long. It may be a little bit too short. Just go ahead and do it and then adjust accordingly, okay? So whatever chain you have, we're going to continue. Again, I have 74, but you may have 56. I don't know. You may have 80, what was it, 88, 90? It's all your personal preference, okay? So we are going to start with a half double crochets, and we are going to half double crochet all along the chain. So we're going to half double crochet. We're going to half double crochet into the third chain. So remember, we put these extra 2 right here at the end. This is counts as our first half double crochet. So we're going to chain half double crochet into the third chain. Okay, just like that. And remember, the first half double crochet does count as your first, the first chain does count as your first half double crochet. So I am going to mark that, okay? And now we are just going to half double crochet in each chain all the way to the end. So at the end of this, I should have 72 half double crochets. Okay, does that make sense? So let me grab my notes again. Let me just put this in here. Again, I'm just doing half double crochets all the way to the end. So mine will have 72 half double crochets. And then yours should have, if you're doing small, 56, medium 64, large 72, 80, 88, or 96. Okay, half double crochets. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at the end of your row. Okay, everyone, I just thought, as I'm doing my half double crochets, I just realized that some of you may not know how to do this, okay? So when you do your first chain, and then when you're going back with whatever stitch you have to do for the pattern, I always just crochet in the top stitch. So I yarn over, and this little stitch right here is what I crochet into. Okay, so here is the top of the stitch, here is the bottom of the stitch. I crochet into the top of the stitch just like that. Okay, so I just thought I would share this piece of information. You see, like that? Because I know some of you are probably going, what the heck? So here's the top stitch, here's the bottom stitch. I crochet into the top stitch, just like that. I just thought I'd share that with you. So continue on with your half double crochet row. Okay, everyone, so this is what your foundation should look like. I want to tell you guys, if you are off at the end by 1 stitch or 2 stitches, let's say I'm supposed to have 72 stitches on this foundation half double crochet. If I have 71 or 70, or maybe you end up with 62, or maybe you end up with 87, no worries. All you have to do is, I'm at the end right here, and this is the stitch that I went into right here. This is the stitch that I went into in the foundation chain. All you have to do is put an extra stitch, just insert your hook in there and put an extra stitch. So now you have 72. I have 72. Okay. That's all you have to do. You don't have to frog back. Just do it like that, okay? And then I'll show you if you have an extra stitch or if you're missing a stitch, I'll show you how to do that as the pattern progresses. I just thought I would tell you that little trick, okay? So you don't have to frog all the way back. Okay, so let's continue here. We are going to start the actual pattern now. And all the pattern is, it's a repeat of 4 rows, okay? So we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to turn our work, okay? So the chain 3 is going to take up this first chain space right here, this first stitch, okay? So that's our chain 3, and then we're going to, in the second stitch right here, put a double crochet. Sorry, my allergies are starting to act up. Okay. And then in the next stitch, we're going to put another double crochet. So this row starts with a chain 3 and 2 double crochets, okay? If you end, so the chain 3 counts as a double crochet. If you start with 3 double crochets, you end the row with 3 double crochets, okay? Just remember that and keep that in mind. So now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to skip 3 stitches on the bottom. There's my pen. So 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to double crochet in the 4th chain, in the 4th stitch. Oops. I have double crocheted in that. Hold on one second. Oh. So I chain 3 like this, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the 4th stitch. So yours should look something like that. Okay. And then you want to put 4 more double crochets for a group of 5 double crochets. You guys, I know this is kind of confusing at first. Trust me, it took me like 2 months to finally get the hang of this stitch. Okay. So 5 double crochets total. So yours should look something like this. We have the chain 3 plus 2 double crochets counts as 3 double crochets to begin with, plus a chain 3 and skip 3 down at the bottom, and then a group of 5 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. And this is going to be your pattern. Chain 3, 5 double crochets until we get to the end. Chain 3, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in the 4th stitch. Just like that, okay? And then when you double crochet, it should be in a group of 5. So 5 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You see that? Pretty pretty. So again, we chain 3, skip 3. Let me take this stitch marker out. So we chain 3. We're going to skip 3 down at the bottom. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to double crochet into the 4th stitch. And And then when we double crochet with a group of 5. So that's 1, whoops. If you guys hear the trucks outside, those are garbage trucks, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we have our chain 3 spaces and we have our groups of 5. And you're going to continue that to the end of the row until you have your last chain. Okay, so go ahead and do that. All it is chain 3. Okay, and then skip 3, double crochet in the 4th stitch, and then 4 more double crochets for a total group of 5 double crochets. Okay, so go ahead and do that and stop on your last chain 3, and I will show you how to finish off this row. So go ahead and do that, and we will talk to each other at the end of the row. Okay, everyone, so I finished with my last group of 5, and you can see there's no more, I just have this little spaces. It should have 6 stitches left, but this is what your work, your sweater, starting sweater should look like, starting rows. You have the groups of 5 with the chain 3 in the middle. 5, chain 3, group of 5, chain 3. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're at the end, and remember when I said at the beginning you start with the chain 2 plus the 2 double crochets counts as a group of 3 double crochets. You start with that, you end with a group of 3 double crochets. Okay, let me take out this stitch marker. So this is our last group of 5. Okay, we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to skip 3, and then we're going to double crochet, sorry, in the last 3 stitches. What happens if you only have 2 stitches at the end available? No worries. Just put 2 double crochets in the last stitch to make it 3. Okay, you don't have to frog all the way back. So we started with the 3 double crochets. We end with the 3 double crochets. Okay, and in the next round, we're going to use the double crochets as a guide. Super easy. So now we're going to chain 3, and we're actually going to do the gathered spikes. Okay, so we're chaining 3 right here, and again, chain 3 counts, takes up this spot, so we don't want to crochet into this stitch right here. But all you do, again, is you use the previous row as a guide. So we just did the chain. Now we're going to double crochet on top of the previous row double crochet. And we have 1 more double crochet right here. So use the previous row as a guide to put your double crochets. Okay, so 3 double crochets right here. So now, chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and 2 double crochets counts as a group of double crochets. Now we are going to do the spike stitch, and we are going to double crochet over this chain 3, and we are going to double crochet into the middle stitch right here. okay? So you chain 3 and you skipped 3 stitches. We're going to double crochet in the middle stitch right here, skipping over this, crocheting over this, okay? Sounds complicated, it's really easy. All you do is yarn over, insert your hook into the middle stitch, yarn over again, pull up a loop, finish your double crochet. And we want to do that 3 times. So 3 double crochets in the middle stitch. So that's 1, 2, and 3. You guys, if you hear that wind outside, we're having a crazy storm right now. So it's just wind. I live in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, and the weather is wild today. Everyone got that? 3 double crochets in the middle stitch down below. And that's how you do your spike stitch. Okay, so now in the previous row, and don't worry, I'll do several more, okay? In the previous row, we had the group of 5 double crochets, and again, you want to use that as a guide. So you see 5 double crochets here, and then you just put 5 double crochets on top of the previous row's double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yours should look something like this. Okay, we have the 3 double crochets, spike stitch with 3 double crochets, and then a group of 5 double crochets. Okay, so now we are up again to another chain 3 space. So what are we going to do? We're going to find the middle stitch down below, which is right here, and that's what we're going to double crochet into, the middle stitch down below. Okay, again, to start this, all you do, it's just a double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook into the middle stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and finish your double crochet. You want to do that 2 more times. 1 and 2 for a total of 3. See? Just take your time. And then previous row we had a group of 5. So now we're going to put a group of 5 again on top of the previous row's 5. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3, 4. Sorry about that, my yarn got tangled. And then the 5th double crochet right here. Okay, so this is what your pattern should look like. And we'll do 1 more spike stitch, and then I'll leave you to it. Okay, we're at the chain 3 space. Find your middle stitch down below. Mine is right here. And we're going to double crochet 3 times in that middle stitch. Okay, yarn over, insert your hook into the middle stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, finish your double crochet. So that's 1, 2, and 3. 3 double crochets all into that middle stitch right there. So that is your pattern. So you're going to put a group of 5 double crochets, And then you're going to do the 3 double crochet gathered spike stitch, 5 double crochets, gathered spikes, 5 double crochet, 5 double crochets, gathered spikes all the way to the end, okay? I will meet you after you have done your last gathered spikes stitch. You guys got this. If you need to go back and rewatch this, you know, rewatch it as many times as you need to, but this is how I learned it, and this is how my brain works best to describe it to you, okay? So you got this. Go ahead and do it, and I'll meet you when you're almost done with this row. Okay, everyone. Sorry, let me get this situated here. So we are at the end of the row. And at the end of the row, we have come to the last chain 3 space. So again, all you're going to do is double crochet into the middle stitch down below, double crochet 3 times, just like that, okay? So now you should have, we're at the end of this row, and in the previous row we did 3 double crochets down below. So all we're going to do at the end of this row is put 3 double crochets. And remember, if you start the row with 3 double crochets, you end the row with 3 double crochets. So there's 1 double crochet. What's going on here? There we go. 2 double crochets, and then we have the chain 3 right here. You just double crochet into the top of the chain, just like that. Okay, so yours should look something like this. Okay, remember, one of the most important things, if you start with 3, you end with 3. And you'll know why coming up on the next row, okay? But this is the start of the 4 rows repeating, okay? So now we are going to continue on with the project that we are doing, the gathered spike stitch, and we are going to start our 3rd row of the pattern, okay? So this was row 1 of the pattern. We just finished row 2 of the pattern. Now we're going to start row 3, okay? And row 3 of the pattern, sorry, I have all of these little, I don't know what that is. Row 3 of the pattern is chain 3, turn your work, and then we're going to put 6 double crochets. Okay, 6 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. Again, the chain 3 space takes up the first space right here, the first stitch. So you do not want to double crochet in that stitch because we have the chain 3 right there. Okay, so in the next stitch, double crochet, 1, next stitch, double crochet, 2, next stitch, 3, next stitch, 4, next stitch, 5, and then the final double crochet, 6. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets plus the chain 3 at the beginning of the row. The chain 3 counts as a double crochet, so 7 double crochets. Okay, if you start the row with 7, you end the row with 7. Okay, if you start it with 3, you end it with 3. Just FYI, that is the pattern to keep you your mind straight, okay? So we just put, again, we did the chain 3 plus the 6 double crochets counts as a group of 7, okay? Now we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to skip 3 down below, 1, 2, 3, and we are going to double crochet into the 4th stitch down below. Same as we did before in the previous rows. This is just a little bit different just because of the count. Okay, so yours should look something like this. If you want to use the previous row as a guide, okay, you should have a double crochet right before the chain 3 spikes. And then we are going to double crochet a group of 5 over the previous row's chain 3 spikes. Okay, so double crochet in the 4th stitch, and then double crochet in the next stitch. You want to put 4 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, for a total of 5 double crochets, so a group of 5. And as you can see, we double crocheted right over the chain 3 spike. Okay, so again, here's the chain 3 spikes right here. Here are the chains on top of the spikes. We have 1 on either side, a double crochet for a group of 5. Okay, kind of confusing, I know, but that's how I see it. Or you could just say, you know, chain 3, skip 3, group of 5 double crochets. Okay, so then we're going to chain 3, skip 3, double crochet in the 4th stitch, sorry, this is like total yarn barfing. Double crochet in the 4th stitch, and then 4 more double crochets for a group of 5 double crochets. It's the same thing as we did in the rows before, except in this row we start out with 7 double crochets, just like that. Okay, and make sure you're skipping 3, and then you put a group of 5 double crochets. Chain 3, skip 3, double crochet in the 4th stitch, and then 4 more double crochets. Okay, so that is the pattern. Let me put these in. So we did 7, chain 3, skip 3, 5, chain 3, skip 3, 5, chain 3, skip 3, and then 5. So you want to work that all the way to the end of the row, okay? And when you come to your, stop when you come to your last chain 3, okay? Because you want to stop, you want to have 7 double crochets at the end of this row, okay? So stop with 7 double crochets and the chain 3. You'll see it when I get to the end of the row, okay? So just go ahead and repeat that pattern. 5 double crochets, chain 3, 5 double crochets, chain 3, and just stop when you have like about that much left to go, okay? So I will meet you when you're done at the end of this row. Okay, everyone, so I am almost done with this row. You should have your groups of 5 and then the chain 3 space. So I have my last group of 5 here, okay? Then I'm going to chain 3, And remember, if you start with 7, you end the row with 7. Okay? In the previous rows, we started with 3 double crochets and we ended with 3 double crochets. So now we're going to end with 7 because we started with 7 on this row. Okay, so again, we chain 3, skip 3, and then double crochet in the 4th stitch down below, and then just double crochet to the end of the row. You should have 7 double crochets. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is a chain 3. You just double crochet in the top of the chain 3 for 7. Just like that. Okay. If you don't have 7 double crochets at the end, like maybe if you just can do 6, just put an extra double crochet at the end, 2 and 1. Okay, you don't have to frog back. So does that make sense? If we start with 7, we end with 7 with groups of 5 in between. Groups of 5 and then the chain 3 spaces. Okay, so let's continue. So now we're going to do the gathered spikes on the next row. We chain 3, turn, and then like we did in the previous rows, in row 2, we're going to use this row as a guide, the row that we just did. Okay, I hope I'm making sense, you guys. So we chain 3. This is the first stitch space right in here. We're going to skip over that because the chain 3 takes up that space. So again, using the previous row as a guide, we're just going to double crochet. And we're going to put 6 double crochets, just double crochets on top of the other double crochets down below. I hope you're understanding how I'm teaching this, because this is how my brain works, just so I can, I guess I like compartmentalize, and this is how my brain tells my hands how to work, if that makes sense. So this is a group of 7 we ended with. We start with a group of 7. So it's the chain 3 plus the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 double crochets for a group of 7. Okay, so now we are coming up on the chain 3 space, and again, it's the same as we did back in row 2. You just find the middle stitch, double crochet into it 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so 7 double crochets, gathered spike stitch, 5 double crochets. Remember, use the previous row you did as a guide. So we just did the gathered spike stitch. There's 5 double crochets in the previous row. You just double crochet on top of those for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, chain 3 space. What do? Find the middle stitch down below, double crochet 3 times into that stitch. 1, 2, 3, oh, 3. There we go. Sorry, I was going to keep going. Double crochet 3 in the middle for the spike stitch, and then the previous row we did 5 double crochets, so then you're going to do 5 double crochets. And that's the pattern, you guys. Kind of complicated. Like I said, it took me about a month to actually get my brain to work properly, if that makes sense, to understand the pattern, because it took me several tries. So this is the easiest way that I know how to teach this stitch. Okay, so go ahead and finish out this row, and you can see the pretty pattern is starting to emerge. So 3 double crochet spike stitch, 5 double crochets, 3 double crochet spike stitch, 5 double crochets. Go to the end of the row, and I will meet you at the last chain 3 space. You got this. Okay, everyone, so we are at the last chain 3 space before the end of the row. So all you want to do again is double crochet into the middle stitch down below. There's 2 and 3. And then we have this group of 7. So remember, if you start with 7, you end with 7. Okay, so you find the first double crochet right here. And remember, use your previous row as a guide. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is the chain 3, so we just double crochet in the top of the chain 3 and 7. Okay, so that is the pattern. You are going to want to repeat those 4 rows. So the next row we start with chain 3, turn, double crochet, double crochet. Okay, and then the chain 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Chain 3, double crochet in the 4th stitch, and then a group of 5 double crochets. Okay, so you just want to repeat that pattern, those 4 rows, for as long as you want your sweater. Okay, you repeat the 4 rows for as long as you want your sweater. I have done my panels, and this is what this stitch looks like as a full panel. Okay, so remember, you want to have 2 separate panels. Okay, one for the front side, another for the back side. And I would take, like I asked you to get your favorite sweater in the beginning, I would take the length of that sweater. If you want it a little bit longer, just because it's going to be a tunic style, put an extra couple rows on it. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that for as long as you want it. And then when you're done with that, make another panel. Okay, so you need 2, one for the front and one for the back. Okay, the next scene will be me fastening off a panel and then starting the next one. Okay, so go for it. You guys got this. Good luck, and I will meet you when you are done with your 2 panels. Okay, everyone. So as you can see, I'm finishing up my second panel right here, and mine is it's right about 24 inches in length. Okay, so this is my, again, second panel, but even if you're finishing up your first panel, all you do at the end of the row, let me put in these double crochets here, and then double crochet the top of the third chain right here. So all you do is fasten off, grab a pair of scissors, which scissors are elusive. Here we go. I always lose my scissors. So I like to leave a little bit at the end just to weave in and make everything nice and secure. So you just clip off your yarn and you tie a knot just like that. So your pattern should look something like mine. It's so gorgeous and beautiful. I absolutely love it. And again, mine is about 24 inches in length. I'm sure your length will vary depending on how long you like it. So please, please, please make sure that you have 2 panels. Okay, I am done with my 2 panels. And we are going to move on to the next round, and the next round will be working on the shoulder area, okay? And I'm gonna zoom my camera out. So again, just make sure you have 2 panels, and then we can continue on to this next step. Super exciting! Okay, everyone, I'm so sorry. I almost forgot to show you how to do this, because I've already tucked all of my ends in. I'm going to show you how to tuck in your ends and how I fasten off, not fasten off, but how I tuck my ends in my work. Okay, so you're going to find the back of your work. This is the back of mine, and all I do is I like to weave through the back ends of the double crochet. So all I do is I work my way down to that row. And remember, you just want to go through the back loops only. Is that going to go on there? Sometimes you just got to go like weird ways. Like that. And then here we are at the back loops, and you guys can see them right here, okay? So all you do is go through these back loops one way, like that. I'll go one more, just like that. And then you want to go back through the back loops only a second time. Like that. And then to make it 100% secure, you go through it a third time. Same loops, just like that. Okay, and that locks everything into place. It will not come out. And what I like to do to make it extra secure is I tie a little knot. That's not going to make it. Just like that. Just a simple knot. Okay, so that is locked in there, not coming out. Okay, and then you can just snip off the end right there. Okay, so again, make sure all of your ends are tucked in, and then grab your 2 panels, and our next step is going to make the shoulder area. Okay, see you then. Okay, everyone, so I have my 2 panels ready to go, and I have the wrong sides facing each other. How can you tell if it's the right side or the wrong side? First of all, use whatever side you like best, okay? Flip them over, and if you like one side better than the other, use that side, okay? But when we stitch together the neckline, you want the sides you want showing facing each other, okay? So this is the wrong side, this is the wrong side, okay? And how I did mine was I always leave my starting chain yarn loose, so I know what side is the right side and what side is the wrong side. So I have this on the left side, and this is my right side. Okay, again, on this stitch you can kind of tell, but not really. Some stitches you can definitely tell what is the right side and what is the wrong side. On this sweater, as long as you like the sides that are showing, just use those 2 sides, okay? So these are the sides that are going to be showing when I turn it right side out, okay? This right now is wrong side out. Does that make sense? I hope so. Inside out is how you would say it. Sometimes I don't know. I make up my own words. So now this is the top of the 2 panels. This is going to be the shoulder area of your sweater. Okay? So we are starting on the right hand side. And I already know this because I've made several wearables in the past. But I will show you how to determine what you like, okay? So you're going to need your stitch markers, and we're going to mark the first stitch. So on mine, the first double crochets are the chain spaces. So I'm just going to mark the tops of the chain spaces on both sides. So there's one, and there's the other one. That's where we're going to start, okay? On my tops and sweaters, I like to, sorry for my arm, I should already have this. I like to have a shoulder area 4 to 5 inches in, okay? So grab a tape measure, grab a ruler, grab whatever you have, and just measure approximately where you like, okay? Again, this does not have to be a hard 5 inches. It is all just approximate, because you can always add more stitches or you could always subtract more stitches, okay? So in the beginning, this is just a guide. Also, if you want to grab your favorite sweater and favorite top again and see how wide the shoulder area is, go for it. That's another great guide, okay? But right now, I'm going to do about 5 inches. So you can see here is where my stitch marker is, and here is where the beginning of that mark is. So I'm going to go approximately right here. When we crochet these together, we will crochet evenly. So this might not be 100% even on each panel. Again, this is just a guide, okay? If you want to make a smaller neckline after, you can totally do that. If you want to make it a little bit looser neckline, you can totally do that, okay? So I marked my first side, and then I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to mark my first stitch, which is right here. And I like to get the smaller hook just so I know. So here is the first one, and it looks like here's the second one. Okay, so that is where I'm going to put my stitch marker, right in there, and I do leave it in there sometimes just so I can mark it. Okay, so I mark the corner of that. Then I'm going to mark 5 inches. So it'll be about right here. And again, when you're actually crocheting this, you will get the correct amount of stitches. This is just a rough guide right now. Okay, so I have approximately 5 inches marked on this side, and I have approximately 5 inches marked on this side. Okay, however you choose to do yours, whatever however long you choose to do yours, that is completely up to you. Just keep in mind, you can always, always, always go back and fix it to your liking afterwards. All we're doing is single crocheting. That's it. So it's going to be super, super easy to correct and make it your own. Okay. So now we are going to start crocheting the tops of these 2 panels together. And I have my stitch markers in, okay? And again, we're just going to be single crocheting, so it's going to be super, super simple. You're going to grab your crochet hook, whatever size you were using to make the body, the 2 panels, and then we're going to make a slip knot. Leave a little bit of yarn at the end so you can tie everything in nice and neat so it doesn't come out. Making a slip knot, we're going to insert our hook that we used in the 2 stitches at the end. Okay, so again, these 2 at the end of mine were the tops of the chain 3. So I'm just gonna go right in here. And then in the next one, I'm going to go right in here. You want to put your hook between both panels. Just keep that in mind too. I did that where I was crocheting one time and it was so uneven. Okay, so my hook now is between the 2 panels. The 2 panels are on my hook. I'm going to take the slip knot that I just made, put it on the hook, tighten it just a little bit, not too tight. You want it to have a little bit of room on that hook. And then I'm going to pull through both panels. Just like that. And then I'm going to yarn over and pull through. Okay, these are now together. So in each stitch on both panels, I'm going to take my hook out. So here's our first stitch right here, and here's our second stitch right here. Okay, you want to go through, make sure your hook goes through those 2 stitches. Okay, and we're just single crocheting them together. Oops, what am I doing here? So we're going to insert your hook into one and then the next one, and then single crochet. Okay, 1 panel, 2 panels, single crochet. 1 panel, 2 panels, single crochet. You do want to keep track of the stitches you have on this side. So mark your first single crochet right here, just because you want it even on the other side. Okay, so 1 panel, 2 panels, single crochet. So that's all you do. Oops. Crochet the 2 together. What happened here? Let me do this stitch right here. 1, 2, single crochet. Go ahead and do that. Single crochet. Make sure they're both even. You're getting both panels. Do that until the stitch marker that you put in. Single crochet to the stitch marker. I will meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone. So I am done single crocheting the top. And mine just, I mean, not that it really matters, but mine measures 5.5, 6 inches. So yours will probably be different than mine. No worries. Okay. This is your project. Make it your own. So if you feel like maybe you want to increase this a little bit, maybe leave a long tail when you fasten off, okay? And don't fasten off too tight. But I know I'm going to like this, so I'm just going to fasten off mine, okay? Again, if you think like maybe you want to add another inch or 2, leave a long yarn tail, not trail, okay? But I think that mine looks good. I will leave a little bit of length just in case. I'm going to fasten that off. Just like that. Boop. And that's how you make a shoulder. Okay. If you maybe feel like you might want to do a little bit of, rearranging, if you haven't done maybe subtract or add, don't tie it as tight as I did. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. So however many stitches you do on this side, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 stitches on this side. I'm going to put 18 stitches on this side just to make it even. Okay. If you have, let's say 25 stitches on this side, you want 25 stitches on this side just to make it even, okay? However many stitches you want is completely up to you. When we are done with this side, we're going to try it on. That's always super, super exciting. Okay, so, and you can make any adjustments you want to. Okay, so your homework right now is to, however many stitches you put on this side, you just turn your work over and you put those on this side, okay? Tie it off loosely, and after, when you're done doing both sides, both shoulders, you can try it on. And that's super, super exciting, okay? So I will meet you after I have made single crocheted my second shoulder area, and then I'm going to try it on, okay? So I'll meet you back when I am done and when you are done. Okay, everyone. So this is my right side facing out. Hopefully you have tried yours on, and hopefully it looks super spectacular. I love it. Let me turn my inside out now. My sweater has a boat neck, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm so super exciting. So super excited. Oh, what am I doing? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just so excited. I just tried it on. If you haven't tried yours on, please, please, please try it on. So my ending stitch was 18 single crochets all the way across, 18 single crochets on both sides. Okay. So here is my neckline, And on me, it's a boat neck, and I absolutely love it. I think it looks super spectacular. So if you want your neckline a little bit smaller, maybe you're not happy with yours, all you do is just pick up your yarn and then single crochet maybe another inch or two, or keep trying every inch until you are satisfied with your neckline. Okay. I love mine. It's awesome. Once you are satisfied, we're going to move on and we're going to start talking about the sleeves. Okay. So again, I've made many, many wearables. I am completely used to this and this process. I know if it's your first time, it's kind of like, oh my God, what am I doing? But just trust me, you're doing awesome. Okay. So now this is, again, we just finished our shoulder area. I'll tuck in the ends later. I'm just on a roll right now. I want to keep going. This is the shoulder area. Here is the single crochet seam that we just did. Now I turned my work onto the side, again, inside out. And now we are going to join the two sides, the two panels at the side, okay? First thing you need to do though, before you start crocheting up, is you need to determine how wide you want your sleeve. This sweater sleeve, I'm just going to do it kind of slim. Usually I do a wider sleeve, like almost like a dolman sleeve. But on this sweater, I'm just going to do a slim sleeve, okay? So you need to decide how wide you want your sleeve opening to be. Again, what I suggest is taking your favorite shirt, taking your favorite sweater. I know a lot of you haven't even thought ever about sleeve length or width. Well, you're going to have to start thinking about it when you design your own, okay? So get the measurements off of that, your favorite top, your favorite sweater. Just take a tape measure, a ruler, lay it flat and see how wide it is, okay? Mine on this one is, I think, like 7 inches maybe. Wow, here it is. 7 inches. Okay. You may want 8 inches. You may want 6 inches for an ultra sleeve, slim sleeve. You may want 9 inches, you know, for a really wide, loose, baggy sleeve. It is completely up to you. So just decide how wide you want your sleeve to be. Once you've decided that, you want to mark. I still have my crochet stitch, my stitch marker at the top of my first stitches on the shoulder area. And then I'm going to mark it at the bottom of my shoulder area. Okay, so this would be where your armpit is. This is the top of the shoulder. Okay, and again, mine is approximately 7 inches. So once you've determined your sleeve width, I want to say length, your sleeve width, okay, mark it at the top, mark it in the armpit area, and then we will move on in crocheting this side. You guys, I don't know what the terminology is. We will move on with crocheting the two panels together at the side. That's what I mean to say. Okay, so go ahead and mark where you want your sleeve to be, and I will meet you when you are done with that. Okay, everyone, so you should have a stitch marker on the top shoulder area and a stitch marker in your armpit. Now, what we are going to do is go all the way to the bottom of the two panels. Okay, here is where we marked, this is where our armpit is going to be in the sleeve. Okay, so we're going to go all the way down to the side and we're going to find the corner stitch. So pull it apart as needed. So here is one. This is the top of the chain 3 right here. And if it's kind of hokey, I always have a thinner hook so I can just take it apart. So here's my first stitch on one panel. And then, oh, this is where we first started. Here's our chain 2. Aw. And then here's our second panel right here. Okay, so I have my hook inserted into both panels. I'm going to get my yarn. This is turning into this is like the last of the yarn, so it's just in a big wad. I'm going to do a slip knot. And again, I'm going to leave a longer tail just so I can tuck the ends in properly, like that. So I still have my hook through the 2 sides. I'm going to put my slip knot on there, leave the loop a little bit big, and then I'm going to pull through both stitches. Then I'm going to pull through. Okay, so now, so here is the bottom of your sweater, of your top. Okay, here are the 2 sides. We're going to be working on the 2 sides. I have done it where I've crocheted the bottom together. Okay, so now we're going to just, same thing in the shoulder area. We're going to single crochet both sides together, okay? And this is a little bit kind of, I would say, wonky because we have these chain 3 spaces. So I just put a single crochet in both panel. In the chain 3 spaces, I like to put 2 single crochets. Just like that. And then you have the row on top. You see that right there? So I put a single crochet in that. 1. And then you should have the chain 2 space, or even a double crochet. So I put 2 single crochets in that. And then we have this chain space right here. Put a single crochet in there, just as long as they're even, you guys. You know, it doesn't, there is no really right or wrong way. Sometimes, you know, if you just want to put 1 single crochet, that's fine too. And then you put a single crochet right here. It's completely up to you, okay? But what we're going to do at the end is count the stitches so we have the correct amount of stitches on both sides, okay? So go ahead and just single crochet all the way up. If you want to put 1 single crochet in the double crochet spaces, 2 single crochets in the double crochet spaces, you do you, okay? But just go ahead and single crochet all the way up the side to your stitch marker, okay? So we're single crocheting all the way up to the side to where your stitch marker is, and that will be the start of the sleeve, okay? Everyone got that? Good. So go ahead and just do your thing, single crochet all the way up, and I'll meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone, so you can see what I have done. I just single crocheted the side together. I started down in the corner and I just single crocheted all the way up to my stitch marker right here. Okay, so again, I'm just going to fasten off, cut the strand, and then I'm going to tie a knot like that. And then now what I'm going to do is do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to get my stitch marker, and then easy way. So here's my first stitch marker right here, the bottom of where my armpit is going to be. I'm just going to fold it and go straight across. So the stitch will be right here. And if you fold it, the stitch markers should line up evenly. So you fold it one side like this where the stitch marker is, and then you follow along, and then you, ooh, this one needs to be up just a little bit, right here. You see how I did that? So I folded it right here where I stopped, and then I follow along this ridge right here, and that is where I marked the other side. Okay, so here is the top, and here's the top of the shoulder right here, and here is where your armpit goes. So I'm going to single crochet exactly like I did the other side. Okay, again, here's the top of the sweater. I can't talk right now. We just finished the shoulder right here, and here is the bottom where your armpit is. Okay, so again, we are just going to single crochet all the way down and make a seam. But first, we are going to start, and you guys don't be afraid to pull apart your work a little bit. We're gonna start, well, I'll just go right in here to make it easy. So there's one, and there's the other one. I have this little scrap, hopefully that will be enough. So again, you make a slip knot, put your hook through both panels, slip knot on the hook, pull through both panels, and then you start single crocheting just like you did the other side. Okay, so then in the chain 2 spaces, you could put 1, you could put 2, and then in the space in between, I like to put 1. Okay, so go all the way up, just like we did the other side, until you reach your stitch marker, and I will meet you when you are done, and then we'll start working on the sleeves. Super exciting. Okay, everyone, so I am just finishing up my single crochets here. You guys, I was really freaked out because I'm playing yarn chicken. That's what this is called. Like, literally, this is the end of my yarn. So I didn't even measure it, but it works out just perfectly right here. This is going to be my last stitch. I am here at my underarm. Maybe I could put one more in. And then, you guys, when you're done, you just tie a knot, and then we're going to work on the sleeve. I'm super excited because I asked everyone on YouTube as to, here we go, and we're just going to tie a knot like that, and we're done. If I should do a full sleeve or a short sleeve, and everyone said I should keep it short. So what I want you to do right now is go ahead and tuck in your ends, okay? So you're done. We're done with single crocheting the sides. Okay, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and single crochet the other side. This is what mine looks like. And on this one, you can see I've already made the sleeve. Okay, and that's all I'm doing, because once you've done your sides, turn it right side out and try it on. Okay, even though it's just two rectangles, it has a cap sleeve on it naturally. Okay, so all I'm going to do is, well, I just half double crocheted the edge on one side, so it's finished. So I will show you how to do that on the other side. I really like the look of it short sleeved. So that is what I am going to keep it out. I think it looks really, really awesome. I will make a separate video eventually about doing a longer sleeve, but for this particular project, I just am going to finish off the ends, and I will show you how to do that in the next scene, the next section. So just make sure again that your sides are done, single crocheted. As you can see, mine are. And then I will show you how to make the little finished edge for your sleeve, and then you know what, we're going to be done. Super exciting, you guys. So go ahead and make sure everything is done, your sides are single crocheted and all your ends are tucked in, and I will meet you back when you have that done. And one. Okay, everyone, so you can see my little sleeve here. Again, it's just half double crochets all the way around. One thing that you want to do with your sleeves is make sure that both of them are even. So whatever number of half double crochets you put on one side, you want to make sure you put the same amount on the other side. That really counts, because if you don't, they will look uneven. I've done that before many times. So let me get my yarn and I will show you how to make this very easy sleeve. You guys, when I have yarn, like yarn, this totally yarn barfed, and I have the end, I find the end, I always put a piece of tape or a clip on it or something, so I do not lose that, because it can be very, very frustrating trying to find the end. Okay, so again, you just want to make a slip knot. However you make it is your way, just like that. And I always leave extra yarn at the end so I can tuck my ends in properly. Make sure that your sweater, your top, is right side out. Okay, so the seam that you just made with the single crochets, it should be on the inside. Okay, and then you're going to insert your hook really anywhere on the bottom. I mean, you could really do this anywhere, but I like to do mine on the bottom. So the bottom is right here, and you just insert your hook into the chain 2 space. Put your yarn on your hook, and if your loop is long, just tighten it a little bit, and then you want to pull your yarn through, slip stitch, and then you just want to start half double crocheting in the spaces, similar to the single crochet that we just did, but you want to half double crochet into the spaces. Okay, and that's all you do all the way around, and you just make sure that both sides have even stitches. So mine has 76 stitches all the way around. I'm sure yours will be a different number, so just go ahead and do that. Just single crochet all the way around. It's similar to what we just did, or I'm sorry, half double crochet all the way around. It's similar to what we just did with the single crochets on the hem, on the sides, not the hem. and you just go all the way around and make sure that you count so both sides are even, okay? And again, my number is 76 half double crochets all the way around. I'm sure yours will be a different number, but just keep note and then just do this half double crochet on both sides and make sure that it's the same number, okay? So I'm gonna do this side and then I will meet you when I am done putting my half double crochets in. Okay, everyone, so I am putting the last stitch in here somewhere, just like that. And then this is where my first half double crochet is. I'm just going to slip stitch into that half double crochet like that. And you guys, I'm done. Yay! Again, I leave a long yarn tail. And I'm just going to tie it off. And I am done. I'm so excited. So one note, if you guys are, like I had 76, let's say you have one side with a couple stitches off, 73 or whatever, it's not going to, that doesn't really matter. If it's more than 5 stitches, just go back, frog back, and rework a little bit more into, put an extra stitch here and there. Just, you want it as even as possible on both sides, okay? So let me tuck all of my ends in, you guys, and please, please, please try it on. If you want to make a longer sleeve, you can just keep half double crocheting on top. So keep in mind, like I had 76 half double crochets. I just chain 1 or chain 2 and then keep going in the round like that. And just make sure you stay consistent with the amount of stitches you have. If you want to do a decrease, you can start decreasing by putting two half double crochets in one and then decrease your stitches by that way. Okay, I have a lot of videos. You can look it up, how to decrease a sleeve or how to even make a sleeve. So let me tuck my ends in and yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this, but we are done with this project. It's so super exciting. Okay, everyone. So this is what the finished sweater top, I don't really know, tunic looks like. I love it so much. It's so, so beautiful, you guys. I love the yarn. Ferris wheel yarn is so awesome. I love how it came out. Whatever yarn you use, I'm sure it's gorgeous too. It would also look really pretty with just solid colors and doing rows like that. I might do something like a scarf like that. Anyway, I'm not gonna start babbling. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. If you like what I do, please, please, please subscribe to my channel. I have the subscription button at the end of this video. If you really like what I do, please, please, please consider becoming a member, a supporting member to my channel. I buy a ton of yarn, you guys. I have a ton of yarn giveaways, and I also really like doing crochet tutorials. So if you can, please consider that. I will have the links down below. But thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this project. I absolutely love it. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so, so much for watching, you guys. Bye.